This is Cami Frog Legs, and I'm sitting in my giant armchair here making this video. I do want to talk about natural hair and being a natural hair person. Just a side note, I think I started the natural hair movement for my college back in 2009, 2010. I can't be sure, but I suspect that it was me who started it because I took out my braids and I was so afraid to be natural. And I swear, like a week later, everybody's weaves came off, all of the braids came off. I'm pretty sure I started it. But anyway, that was 7 years ago almost. So, tomatoes, water under the bridge. But I do want to talk about being natural. Like I said, I have been natural since 2008, 2009. The 2010 years. I did it, I was off and on with the Jerry curl, and then in 2010 I finally said no more chemicals whatsoever, and I had my hairstylist at the time had her cut off all the Jerry curl, and then I just stayed natural. I did wear some wigs, I did braids, I did what else did I do? That's pretty much it. Wigs, braids, the Marley twists with the Marley hair. I did things myself. I wore the afro, I wear the little puff. So now, fast forward to 2013, I did another big chop and cut it off because I had color on there. I had this really cool orange, burgundy, red color. But what I found is with colors like that, once it starts growing out, it turns into like a blonde, and blonde is not my thing. So I cut off the ends. I just cut it all off because I wanted to start fresh. I was having man problems, and that's the way I cope with that, is I cut my hair. I don't know why, but I do. And so then I grew it out for about a year, 2 years, maybe 3. And so then 2015 I did another big chop because it started breaking off again. I'm not sure why, but it did. It was my fro was so cockeyed. I had like short pieces here and long pieces over here, and the back was just a mess. So I cut it all off. And even that experience was traumatic because I went to the Walmart salon to have her do it, and she was so pissed off at having to be at work that she messed it up, and I had to go buy some clippers and do it myself, cut it even shorter because she didn't do it right the first time. So then it grew out over the last year, and so then, as you know, I cut this off, or you may not know if you're not watching the videos, but the beginning of this month, last Friday, today is the 10th, Thursday the 10th of November. I cut it off Friday the 4th of November because I am going into the military and I want something that's very easy to maintain. So this is just, there was nothing really wrong with my hair. Even the guy at the Great Clips was like, wow, your ends are great. There's no damage. You don't have a lot of pops, snaps, crackles, and whatever else. So he just trimmed it so it was in regulation. So there was no damage this time. There was nothing I was trying to get rid of. I just really needed something convenient. Especially now that I'm doing all this working out. I work out almost every day. So I don't want to have to keep messing with this giant afro puff that I have to comb. And so this, I literally can run it under water and put some conditioner in it, run my shampoo through it. So it's low maintenance. So this is what I really like about this style right now at this point in my life. On a regular basis, I usually use an anti-dandruff shampoo. I don't have anything specific as far as brands that I use. I can put in the description box what I'm currently using, as my travel shampoo and as my normal shower shampoo, because as you know, as a person who goes to the gym, I don't want to have to keep taking my home stuff in my bag and then forget to take it out of the bag. So I do have a travel set, and it's not always the same brand. So I will make a list of what I have and what I'm currently using and put it in the description box. So in the morning, I put a leave-in conditioner, and my personal favorite is the Fructis Garnier Fructis leave-in. It's in the green bottle, and it's only like $3 at Walmart, and I love it. It does a really good job. It does what it's supposed to do. I have another one that is coconut milk or coconut oil. No, I'm sorry. It is olive oil based leave-in conditioner that I also like, but I only use it every few days because it makes my hair really oily, and I don't need oily hair. So I use that, you know, so say I use it today, I won't use it again until, you know, after the weekend, because I don't need it that often. But I do use the Garnier Fructis every couple of days, and I love it. It's inexpensive, but it's always worked for me. I have plenty of wide tooth combs. In fact, I have a shower wide tooth comb. I have a wide tooth comb that stays in my gym bag, and a wide tooth comb that stays in my purse. Because you never know when you're going to have to comb your hair. So I keep several wide tooth combs, or if one breaks or I can't find one, I know where the other two are. Let's see, what else do I use? I do have some essential oils. I made a mix a few years ago, and I still use it. I don't use a lot. I usually just use it around the edges. Especially if I get in really stressed, I like to pick my edges, so I have to keep myself from doing that, and the best way for me is to make it oily because I don't want the oil in my hands, so therefore I won't scratch. Let's see, what else? Other than that, I'm pretty simple. I don't have a big ritual. I know, you know, as a natural, I'm supposed to do all this stuff and tie it up and wear a certain pillowcase. I don't. And it's worked for me in the past. You know, I do tie it up if I have a style, like if I spent the time to put cornrows in the front and, you know, twists and stuff in the back. I do tie it up then. But as someone who just wears an Afro puff, you know, if it's just an Afro puff week, then no, I don't tie it up. So take it or leave it. It's worked for me. My hair's always grown. It's just if I get really stressed out or I fail to keep up with it for a couple of months. And by keep up with it, I mean I've tried something new and it breaks my hair off, or I've not washed it as often, or I've failed to maintain the status quo of my hair ritual that I've established, then it does not do as well. Right now it's doing well. I don't have any split ends. I don't have anything, and it feels good. And it's probably grown out 1/4 of an inch since I cut it off last week. This thing grows like wildfire, and it's very scary. So, but if you have any questions or you have any suggestions, I'm always open to suggestions for new products. Or if you have something, you know, you have any questions for me as far as what I use that I may not have talked about, because I use a lot of things. This is what I use day to day, especially now that I have almost no hair, which is good. So, but yes, like, subscribe, and post questions and comments in the comment section, and I will make another video eventually.